As an anime and manga fan, the stereotypical nosebleed. If you're an anime fan, you've definitely seen that at least once or twice. The stereotypical, oh, she's hot nosebleed, which I'd never fully understood. I've never fully got behind, but you know, it is what it is. Just a short list of animes that does that. You got One Piece, Naruto, My Hero, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, and there's more, but those are just a short list. And what I've done, I sort of compiled an assortment of key offenders in this list, and I want to just go through them and just talk about why we sort of let it go in a sense. You won't understand when I go through this. So the first one is Jiraiya from Naruto. He's one of the strongest in the village, trained under the third Hokage and the ninja frogs. He was supposed to be a Hokage, but he gave up to Tsunade, who's part of the legendary Sani. But then, when you dig into his character, he basically made the 50 Shades in the Hidden Leaf. Or basically, he made a pervy book. That was his sort of side hobby of making basically 50 Shades of Grey in the ninja world. And he went as far as to peep on girls for research. Notice I'm trying to implement air quotes. He even went so far as to be called Old Pervy Sage by Naruto. That's what he was known for. And I think the reason why we put up with this character was because he was strong. And he was the father figure for the main character. And the main character didn't have anything. He was the one that said, you know what, let me take Naruto, let me teach him some stuff. And he did. And he made Naruto a stronger character for that. And not only that, he taught Naruto important lessons. He took hits from Naruto and Naruto raged out. And he became the father figure for Naruto, which is saying something because he was arguably the father figure for Minato, because he trained Minato as well. He was the one that came up with the Rasengan, and now that's like the staple of Naruto's repertoire. So I think that's why we let him get away with that, because he's strong, and what the impact of his character had on the protagonist of Naruto. The next one on the list, Sanji. He's the chef of the crew. He's in the top 4. I believe maybe even top 3. But that's a different argument to be had. And in my opinion, he has one of the best backstories in anime, in manga, where his father was arguably a tyrannical leader. He wanted to expand his region of control. So he went as far as to experiment on his children to make them emotionless, to make them strong, to make them obey his every word. However, it didn't work on Sanji, and because of that, they treated him poorly. Even his brothers treated him poorly. It was only his mom who saw to his well-being and loved him as any parent should. Later down the line, his sister did come around to start treating him better, but initially it was just the mom. And then when the mom passed away due to illness, that was it. He was treated horrifically, to the point where he had to wear a metal mask to hide his face. Not voluntarily, they forced it on him. They forced it on his face. And he ended up having to run away with the help of his sister. And he was found by a pirate who raised him, who taught him how to be a good chef, taught him how to fight. And yeah, now he's one of the strongest members on the Straw Hat crew. But his weakness, women. Initially it was, she's an attractive woman. Oh wow, just big eyes, nosebleed, tries to take care of them. If they were enemy, he couldn't fight them. He just couldn't. And I'm the type of person where if you're trying to kill me, I don't care who you are, you have to get sorted with. And it's to the point where after the time skip, the anime nosebleeds would get so bad, he would have to have medical treatment. He would be done, incapacitated. And that annoyed me slightly. It did. It's supposed to be the third strongest of the crew, have the crew's back, make sure that the crew is, eating good, doing well. You're one of the people in the crew that don't have a devil fruit. So if anything happens to someone like, Luffy, Robin, Brook, Chopper, they need to rely on you to take care of them. But if there's a female, you're basically done. So that's my grievance with Sanji. But again, we allow it because he's the strongest, one of the strongest members on the crew. And that's where I feel like, that's the common pattern. As long as they're strong, as long as they're useful, then it's fine. This one is a new member to the pervy table. Zenitsu. Zenitsu, in my opinion, could be the strongest in the anime, because I don't really read the manga. I'm more of an anime fan, if I'm being fair. He could be the strongest, but he's a scaredy cat, and he only gets involved when women are there. If there's no women, he doesn't care. Just crack, he doesn't care. He just stays here, then doesn't want to do anything. But as soon as there's a girl or a woman involved, oh yeah, he's there. Oh yeah, he's there. That and his ability to fight in his sleep. I'm not sure if he knows he can do this. I'm not quite familiar if that's the case. But yeah, he can fight in his sleep. That's the only time he can fight. Otherwise, he's too scared. And this constant whining and bawling over getting into fights is so irritating. I'm not a fan of it. It's only because he's useful when he sleeps. So I'm just like, okay, fair enough. Go ahead. This one, oh my god. This next one is my least favorite. My least favorite. Okay, second to least favorite. Manila from My Hero. I don't understand why he gets so much love. His costume is stupid. His costume just has him with underwear and a cape. Not like a cool, Superman underwear or Batman underwear. Literally, what's the American way? Tighty whities. That, gloves, a mask, and a cape. It's a rubbish costume. His power is even worse. He has sticky balls that grow out of his head that get stuck to anything that he throws it at. And he can only do that for a certain amount of time before it causes him physical pain. I'm just thinking, you're useless. You are actually useless. And on top of that, what is he? He's a perv. He pervs with students, teachers, even other heroes as well. But somehow, he's in Class A. Class A. Over someone like Kendo and Tokage, who is recommended. He's over there, and I'm just thinking, how? You're useless. You're one of the worst. How do they let you through the door? Go home. But there is one who is arguably worse. Who is arguably the worst perv in anime that I know of. There could be more, but when it comes to me, this is the worst that I know of. It's Gray from Black Clover. Because Gray does a perv on other women. You might be thinking, how does that make him the worst? No. Gray pervs on his own sister. His own sister. His sister's like 5 years old. He lives in an orphanage, and he uses mirror magic to watch her when she sleeps, when she's playing, when she's eating, and it is just creepy as hell. He would arguably be one of the strongest because of his mirror magic. If maybe he just trained for a bit, maybe stopped perving on his little sister. It's so weird, and I don't understand how, it's not like controversies or, it's not brought up from time to time. But imagine perving on your own little sister. I get it, they have a tragic backstory where their family was killed and he was the only one that looked after her, and he was basically made a criminal. He was only on there because the army asked him to be there. But I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't get the pervert trope in anime. I don't. Gray's the worst offender. If he was in real life, he'd be locked up. Unless he's in certain parts of America. But yeah, I hate this pervert trope. I hope one day we can actually, move forward and never see this trope again. Never. Just make funny characters. That's it. You don't need this trope. Just make funny characters.